to you. I'm Lisa Lard with the CBC News at noon. Minister of Education Ronald Jones has been reacting to new reports of violence against teachers, the most recent at a St. Michael's secondary institution yesterday, insisting that he's not in favor of the portrayal of Barbadian schools as war zones. He's noted that the incidents have caused him distress.
The system is going through some dynamic changes. Parents and students are no longer willing to accept what people hitherto accepted in our system. I've spoken since I've been minister about several of these things. Sometimes a lot of it falls on deaf ears. But I am concerned about sometimes how parents and children would want to react and behave to teachers. But I'm also concerned about how some persons in education want to react and respond to children and to parents.
Minister Jones has also commented on another situation where a teacher has been advised to report for duty at the Ministry of Education after another reported incident of school-related violence.
I wish to say that the ministry is not the workplace for teachers. Teachers have a workplace and they should always report to their workplaces. If there are grievances, there are mechanisms and structures developed over time to deal with those grievances. But I have been seeing a bit of a moving away from the agreed systems and structures previously established. I have my concerns about that. I have my views about that. One has to be careful that one is not, as one deals with indiscipline, portraying indiscipline as well. There's always a very narrow precipice on which you stand.
The head of the Barbados Agricultural Society has described the recent arrests of at least 2 men for predial larceny as a victory for the farming community. But James Paul is warning that it will take a whole community effort in order to sustain this progress. Over the last 2 weeks, 2 men were put before the courts for stealing sweet potatoes from a number of properties in St. Philip.
It will at least, first of all, send a message to the community at large that we are very serious about predial larceny, and that those persons who are caught engaged in the practice, that they can expect to suffer the consequences. And I think that is good, because we can't have a situation where it is going on and people seem to think that they can just do it and get away with it. So I think I would want to praise the Royal Barbados Police Force for listening to the pleas of the farmers, and I think that they have listened for some time, and I think that they have been emboldened at least to do something about it, and farmers should be grateful.
Mr. Paul is also happy that from all indications, the Vendors Association is also on board with cutting down on predial larceny. He is, however, worried about a threat now to some sections of the dairy industry. Our
beef industry in itself could be endangered if we have persons who are just going out there and slaughtering animals and selling that meat in the markets. That is why I think, besides the police, we need the involvement of the inspectors who operate at our public markets to scrutinize individuals who are actually bringing produce there to try to ascertain where they are getting that produce. So the fight cannot only be with the police. It has to be a general fight on the part of the community to try to stamp out this really devastating practice to the farmers of predial larceny.
Meantime, another crop thief will spend the next 2 years behind bars at Her Majesty's Prison at Dodds. 42-year-old Hayden Ricardo Brathwaite of Church Village, St. Philip, appeared in the District C Magistrates Court yesterday, where he pleaded guilty to offences relating to the theft of 50 rods of sweet potatoes belonging to Armagh Farms. On March 26, a report was made to the police about a man stealing sweet potatoes from a field at Sunbury Tenantry. Further investigations into the report led to Brathwaite's arrest. A few days ago, 52-year-old Grantley DaCosta MacDonald Thorpe was also sentenced to jail time after pleading guilty to stealing 105 pounds of sweet potatoes from a field at Chapel Plantation. A St. Andrew man has been charged in connection with Tuesday's big drug bust at Belplain housing area, where lawmen seized over 200 cannabis plants. 40-year-old Mark Maynard, a resident of the housing area, will appear in the District D Magistrates Court today on charges of possession with intent to supply, trafficking and cultivation of cannabis. Police claim it was Maynard who fled the scene when they executed a search warrant at his residence. It was there that police discovered 222 cannabis plants under cultivation, ranging from about 4 inches to 6 feet tall. Further investigations led to Maynard's arrest. While a road leading to Bathsheba St. Joseph has caved in and is now reportedly impassable, reports from police this morning indicate that Roundhouse Road has collapsed and they're urging the public to seek alternative routes. Lawmen say appropriate signage will be in place to warn motorists and to enable directions, and it is not clear what caused that road to collapse. While the Digital Barbados Reggae Festival is finally bringing its first real beach party. This was revealed by Director of FAS Entertainment Al Jilts as he spoke during a site visit of all the festival's venues. The Reggae Beach Party's new venue is at Pirates Cove and finally fully on the beach. Mr. Jilts says the new facility can hold at least 10,000 people and believes it will be a hit with the patrons.
We really have a beach party because it's all on the beach. Pirates Cove is a recently developed venue. It has its own bar, large bar. It has its own VIP area. It has a large area where people can sit. It also has shaded areas where people can cool out if it gets too hot. So it's a very beautiful venue, and we are very happy that we were able to get it.
And marketing executive for title sponsors Digicel, Mark Messiah, says the company is very excited to once again be heavily involved in the festival.
We are very happy to be involved with the Reggae Festival. The festival is an exciting time for us. It gives us a chance to interact with our customers directly. We got a lot of social media promotions going on, text-to-win promotions for people who might not ordinarily be able to purchase tickets. And we're just glad to be a part of something that creates jobs for Barbadians during the time. You know, it brings in tourists, and we just like to be on top of the best entertainment package in the island.
Meantime, Mr. Jilts added that in the future he wants to source reggae acts from a wider pool of countries.
But when you are reusing and using reggae performers from just out of little Jamaica, right? You tend to find yourself recycling, and then people start saying, I like him, but again, you know what I mean, you bring it back already. So in my opinion, we got to look beyond now Jamaica and Barbados. This year we're bringing in somebody from Ghana. We got to look across the wider Caribbean.
Despite heightened awareness about the issue of domestic violence in Barbados, the SAVE Foundation is concerned that there is still no reduction in reports to the agency. Founder and chairman Laselle Daisley says she remains very concerned about the number of people turning to the foundation for help.
The number of people seeking help is still approximately the same. To be honest, it goes in spurts. There are some times of the year when we get more calls than others. Christmas time is one of the times that we get lots of calls from persons who are seeking help. But to be honest, it's pretty much the same as when maybe we first began.
Stay with us. We'll have regional and international stories right after the break.
Tenders are invited for the